Shalom. We the Hebrew Israelites, sons of Yahweh camp, here to edify the people and inform our people on the last days of America. So both brothers spoke beautifully in prophecy and speaking of the current extraction of America, and I'm going to continue the trend. As we know, we are in the last days, contrary to what you see on the media and in the news. We are bringing forth the truth, unadulterated truth according to the Bible.
That's right.
So all honor and praise is due to Yahweh Bahashan, Yahweh Shai, Barakatah, and all the brothers that's on the highways and byways bringing forth this truth. So my topic today is no more work in Babylon. So we're going to prove to you that we are definitely in the last days of the rulership of the current regime here in America. So what does that mean? That means there's going to be a transfer of power in this earth. So for that to happen, work will cease in America. So we got an article that lists all the companies, over 150 or 150 companies that's going to be laying off in the month of May. So we got the list. So it's a very large list. We just going to go through the companies that everybody knows. But it's a large amount of companies, and we just in May, so it's just beginning. So as the fall come in, you're going to see a lot more layoffs. So we're going to read the article of the list of companies that's laying off, and then we're going to back that up with the scriptures. So call it out, the title of the article, and we're going to name the companies that's going to begin in laying off in May. Go ahead.
All right, the article's from Newsweek, and the title is List of Companies Laying Off Employees in May. Many companies have already pre-announced their layoffs for May, and employees across several industries will be impacted. Companies are required to send out a worker adjustment and retraining notification act notice before implementing mass layoffs. More than 120 employers are planning to let workers go in May.
So over 120 employers are planning mass layoffs here in America. Over 120. And we're going to name a few of the companies that's going to be beginning with the layoffs here in May. Go ahead.
Companies are facing rising costs and shifting consumer demand, causing many to revoke mass layoffs across departments. However, some of the other layoffs are happening as corporations seek to maximize profits rather than necessity.
So some companies are laying off because they want to maximize profits. So what does that mean? Less equals more. So they're going to find a way. The number one objective is the bottom line. How can we make more money with less people? Right. And that's the trend that's headed for America. And they have already started that. So now we're going to name the list of companies that's going to begin their layoffs for the month of May. And this is just the beginning. You're going to see more layoffs. So we always on the cutting edge of knowing what's going on. We give you stuff that don't make mainstream news. Right. You're not going to hear this information on mainstream news. You're not going to hear this in your Christian church. You're not going to hear this in your Muslim mosque or none of the outlets that you listen to, your sports and entertainment networks. You're not going to get this. We're giving it to you. We've done the research. We're going to name the list of companies that's going to be starting their layoffs in May. So go ahead, brother. And we're not going to go through the whole list because it's too long. So we're just going to highlight the key companies. Go ahead. FedEx, everybody knows FedEx is number one in transportation and shipping. They'll be laying off in the month of May. Go ahead.
Department of Health and Human Services.
Department of Health and Human Services will begin mass layoffs in the month of May. Go ahead.
Gilead Sciences.
Gilead Sciences, a biometric biopharma company, will begin layoffs in May. This information has not made mainstream news. You're hearing it here first. Go ahead.
Safeway.
Safeway, that's a supermarket. Safeway. Go ahead.
American Bar Association.
The American Bar Association will begin layoffs in May. Go ahead.
Wells Fargo.
Wells Fargo, one of the top banking institutions in America and abroad, will begin layoffs in May. Mattel, where they make children's toys and products, will begin layoffs in May. Go ahead.
AT&T.
AT&T, telephones, computer networks, they will be beginning layoffs in May. Go ahead.
Johns Hopkins University.
Johns Hopkins University, one of the most prestigious hospitals in America, will begin layoffs in May. Go ahead. Amazon, everybody get packages from Amazon every day. Amazon is beginning layoffs in May. Go ahead. Chewy, where you get your dog food from. Chewy will begin layoffs in May. Go ahead.
General Dynamics,
an aviation company with airplane parts, they will be laying off in May. Go ahead.
The Cheesecake Factory
will be laying off in May. Go ahead. UPS, the second leader in transportation and logistics, will be laying off in May. Over 20,000 people from UPS will be laid off, as well as FedEx, about 20,000. Go ahead.
Laboratory Corporation of America Holdings.
Laboratory LabCorp Corporation of America Holdings will be beginning layoffs in May.
Starbucks
Coffee will be laying off in May.
Ritz-Carlton.
The Ritz-Carlton hotel chains will be laying off people in May. Go ahead.
Frito-Lay
will be laying off a lot of employees in May. Go ahead.
U.S. Foods,
a food distributor company, will be laying off in May.
Macy's,
one of the top retailers in America and abroad, will be laying off in May. BetMGM, where they take online bookings for sports betting, will be laying off. And last but not least,
JP Morgan Chase
Bank Securities will be laying off. So this is a list of all the current companies, and that's just a few. It was over 120 companies that's going to be laying off. So we just highlighted the ones that everybody know. So there's going to be a lot of mass layoffs in the month of May. And this is something that you're not privileged to, because we do extensive research on everything. And we find out information and we bring it forth before it happens. So now that we gave you that, what does the scripture say about famine and all these different things? Because that's going to lead to famines here, because a lot of people is going to be employed. And with the tariffs being instituted, over 100% tariffs abroad, that's all going to coincide with famine and biblical prophecy, because it's the fall of the American kingdom. So the Bible's we're going to get into that with the Bible to prove that America is on its way out and the prophecies are being manifested in these last days. Call it out, brother. Let them know where you're reading from.
Revelation chapter 18 and verse 2. And he cried mightily with a strong voice, saying, Babylon the Great is fallen, and is become the habitation of devils.
Hey, Israelites been on the street corners for a long time, for decades, telling you Babylon the Great, which represents America in the Bible, that America is on a short leash. Babylon expiration date is about to expire. So you see the signs that this is a fallen nation. The Bible is a real book when you get it out the hands of the charlatans.
That's right.
The Bible is a real book. It's not a fairy tale book. So the Bible is letting you know that we are definitely in the last days, because what's the beginning of a society that's about to fall? It falls as an economic failure first. And you see, America has no money, because this is a credit debt-based system. They're not dealing in tangible money. Silver and gold is real money, not fiat currency. So that's why they have to reset the financial system here in America. And we're on the precipice of seeing, right before our very eyes, the downfall of America, which is a beautiful thing. As a practicing Israelite, this is what we want to see, because we know the transition from hell to heaven is on the horizon. Call it out, brother. Let them know what you're reading from.
Revelation chapter 18 and verse 2. And he cried mightily with a strong voice, saying, Babylon the Great is fallen, and has become the habitation of devils, and the hold of every foul spirit, and a cage of every unclean and hateful bird. For all nations have drunk of the wine of the wrath of her fornication.
So all the other nations around the world is in bed with the policies of America. You see that Trump just came from the Middle East. He met with some of the leaders over there, because everybody is in the bed with America to follow after the American policies. But see, all of this is about to change, because we see the prophecies are being manifested in these last days. Go ahead.
And the kings of the earth,
talking about all these world leaders, the people who make policies, who set the standards on what the sheeple should do here in this earth. This is what they do. They have their G2 summit meetings, and they plan everything, what's supposed to go on in this earth, with all the top world leaders and all the company heads here in the earth. Go ahead.
And the kings of the earth have committed fornication with her.
So all these kings, leaders, have committed spiritual fornication with America. And this is what's going on right now. It's going on in the news, but you all too damn high to realize what's happening. Go ahead.
And the merchants of the earth are waxed rich.
So these merchants right now are waxed rich. But guess what? That's all about the change. That's why they do their corporate restructuring, because they know they're getting ready to reset everything, and they're going to have the AI technology take your jobs. This is going on right now. AI can do, program AI can do everything that humans do. You don't have to pay AI to go on maternity leave. AI don't need a lunch break. AI don't have to go to the bathroom. So this is on the horizon. They're going to replace you with artificial intelligence. So you can kiss your jobs goodbye. Your jobs are leaving. We just gave you a list of all the companies that's laying off in May. So the soup line is going to be full of people in America looking for a can of soup and food to eat, because you ain't going to have no jobs here in America. We telling you what's about to go down. But see, your pastor's not going to tell you this. Your news media is not going to tell you this, because they want to keep you with the folly of America, the foolishness of America, the propaganda of America when things is happening. Everybody walking around all proud and happy, but guess what? Those days are coming to a close. America's at its end, and we've proven it to you. Call it out, brother. Let them know where you're reading it from.
Revelation chapter 18 and verse 3. And the merchants of the earth are waxed rich through the abundance of her delicacies. And I heard another voice from heaven saying, Come out of her, my people, that ye be not partakers of her sin.
So Israelites, you got to come out of America, man. You got to stop believing in the propaganda that these people are spewing on you. You got to step back and read the Bible and see the prophecies that's being manifested before your very eyes. But see, you people as Americans, you so-called Americans, are dumb. And we tell you this all the time because they know that the American people are dumb, because that's why they flood you with sports, they flood you with entertainment, they keep you involved with fluff while things is happening behind the scenes. They're not telling you They pushing AI for one. That's going to replace your job. These companies are already waiting for the great reset to reset the financial system here in America. They're already on the cusp of doing that. But you know, you want to know who's going to win between the Knicks and Pacers. That's the level of intelligence of Americans. Dumb as hell. Worried about sports, Jennifer Lopez, Ben Affleck. That's all you care about is sports and these so-called wicked-ass celebrities. While things is happening under your nose. Call it out. Let them know where you're reading from, brother.
Revelation chapter 18 and verse 4, that ye be not partakers of her sins, and that ye receive not of her plagues.
That you receive not of her plagues. You gotta come out of America. You gotta stop believing in the so-called propaganda that they put out there in their news media. And you all fall for it. I don't blame the elites for doing the things that they do to you, because you're not going to rise up and march and stand up for your rights because you're too damn high. Oxycontin, fentanyl, all these drugs that they give you, bars on every street corner, phony churches on every street corner, Muslim mosques, Baptist, Southern Baptist, all this nonsense in this earth is why our people are going to suffer these plagues. Go ahead.
This is 2nd Ezra chapter 16 and verse 16. Like as an arrow which is shot of a mighty archer returneth not backward.
So when an archer shoots his arrow, that arrow is earmarked for the target. And America is earmarked for famine. There's not going to be any work here in America. This is what the Bible is telling you. There's not going to be any work here in Babylon, which is America. Go ahead.
Even so, the plagues that shall be sent upon the earth.
So who?
The plagues.
The plagues. Lack of work in Babylon. Go ahead.
That shall be sent upon the earth shall not return again.
So these jobs, when these mass layoffs begin, these jobs are not coming back because AI is your successor. I'll repeat that. Read that again. Call it out. Let them know where you're reading from, brother.
2nd Ezra chapter 16 and verse 16. Even so, the plagues that shall be sent upon the earth shall not return again.
So these jobs, these mass layoffs, it's not coming back. When they lay you off, the Mattel, the FedEx, the UPS, and I forgot to mention Walmart. Walmart is laying off 1,000 jobs. Those are